Parce que ce que l'homme il a oublié, il a l'impression qu'il est le plus fort, mais c'est le plus fragile. C'est le plus fragile dans la chaîne. Et, le message que je passerai maintenant en tant qu'artiste, c'est que, en disant que bon, il faut qu'on s'arrête à un moment donné. Qu'est-ce qu'on essaie de faire? Où va l'environnement? Comme disait là, nous sommes au bord du vide. Si on ne fait rien, on va disparaître. Donc, c'est le message de prendre conscience et voir quel rôle on joue dans l'écosystème. Est-ce qu'on fait reculer la société dans le bon sens ou on la fait rétrécir? C'est ce type de message que j'aimerais faire passer à travers mes travaux.
Aminatu, the legendary queen of Zazzau, is best known to historians as Queen Amina of Zaria, an old walled town and capital of the Hausa state of Zazzau. Amina was a great warrior and the first woman to rule the ancient kingdom of Zazzau. Her 34 years as queen witnessed an unprecedented expansion of Zazzau by conquests. Queen Amina of Zaria belongs to the class of Amazons by the might of her army and her strings of conquests. She opened Zaria to trans-border trade and was said to have initiated kola nut.
What was I doing? Okay, whatever that meant. If you have seen Madagascar, I think Madagascar 2. Okay. There was a point where Alkei, that's Zuba's son, would just okay, so I okay, so I think that was what I was trying to do, and it can mean different things to different people. Hello again, valued viewer. Super delighted to be making a return on another installment of the Bookshelf, beaming to you live from the studios of Western Spring Television. My name is Damilola Raphael. I'm honored to be your teaching and learning advocate. It's been a ride. If you ask me, it's been a ride, and it's just this ride that's been helping us to discover newer, better, in fact, stuff that we never knew existed. Okay, and I promise, if you ask me, I think the ride has been worth it. It's been a journey that's been fulfilling so far. Okay, we've not reached half mark yet, but we should do assessment now. Okay, so definitely talking assessment, it's been a very worthy journey, if you ask me. For the theme, the mandate that we have been focusing on this new season is prioritize the important things and, of course, the care for the eyes, all right? And today we are going to be looking at signs, signals, and symbols. Now, I came in the studio looking like this today, and I mean, I had the crew asking, okay, so should I get you a makeup artist? Should I tell them? I said, no, it's deliberate. I just want to come on like this. Now, when we see folks without jewelry, there is, a way we just, okay, this is the class. This is, this is where they belong to. They react, all right? They have skin reactions and all of that to metals. Gold is a metal. I hope you know that. So they react to some of these things. That is why they don't put on jewelry. Well, my own is to represent signs, signals, and symbols on the show for today. And of course, we'll be having practice. Do that intro so you're not wondering, but she's smiling. I hope she's not deceiving us. Do you see what? And no deception, nowhere. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm fine. It's just to help us understand, okay, so when we see people like this, we try to cast them this way. Did you know that wearing black, not for mourning in some cultures, if you get to, I think Japan, one of those Asian countries, they actually use yellow. Yellow, that very bright color, for, to signify that they are mourning. Really. yellow, and you wonder. So let's get into it. I'll be doing definitions, and at the end of today's class, yes, I'm going to call it a class because we already said I am your teaching and learning advocate. So you learn in a class, all right? Class is wherever we find ourselves. And thankfully, we're on YouTube at Western Spring Television NG. Anybody want to say anything now? Go to YouTube. You want to learn anything? Go to YouTube. We're on YouTube. Drop your comments right there, and we'll be excited to read them and maybe react to them when we come on set. So let's get into it. We'll give us the definitions, we'll give us the differences, we'll give us examples, and something at the bottom part. Let's leave that for later. Signs are direct, unambiguous visual cues instructing immediate action. For example, stop signs, restroom icons, hazard warnings. Symbols represent abstract cultural or emotional concepts requiring interpretation. For example, a cross is for Christianity, a heart represents love. Now, while signs provide instructions, symbols evoke meaning. Signs, signals, and symbols are essential visual communication tools used to convey meaning, direct behavior, and warn of hazards. Signs give specific literal information, for instance, stop sign. Signals act as triggers for action. For instance, you have your traffic lights. And then symbols represent complex or abstract ideas, often requiring cultural knowledge, not being black, right? Now, for instance, the peace sign. If you do the peace sign in another place, the fee to come back. So let's talk about the key differences. For sign, a physical object or visual cue that communicates no smoking. And then, for the exit, you see the arrow pointing in the opposite direction to show that you're actually leaving that environment. Restroom, of course, the bathroom. And then no smoking. You find the cigarette, the smoke on it, and then that mark across it showing us that's not allowed. Signal is a gesture, sound, or action designed to impart immediate information or warning, often anticipating a specific response. For example, a siren. When you're driving and you hear the siren, you know to move out of the way. Hand gesture or red traffic light. And then symbol is an image or character that represents a larger, often abstract concept by convention or association. For example, a skull is for danger or for death in some places. A heart is for love. Traffic management. Let's talk about traffic. Traffic management uses a mix of all three. That's signs, signals, and symbols, categorized by shape and color. Mandatory signs, these are regulatory. This tells drivers what to do, for instance, to stop, to turn right. Often blue circles or specific shapes like the octagonal stop sign. Warning signs, these are cautionary signs. These alert drivers to hazards. For instance, slippery road, a curve ahead. It's generally triangular with a red border. And then informatory signs, these are for guidance. It provides directions or useful information. For instance, we have the hospital. This is for parking. It's often rectangular. Symbols, currency signs, all right? Religious symbols, the cross, the crescent, or emoji. Signals, we have examples including flashing lights, a referee's whistle, or a bell. Break time, closing, bagang, bagang. All right, and then signs, you have road signs, for instance, the pedestrian crossing, yield, and all that. Let's talk about something. You may not have heard this. Not many people would be aware of this. Semiotics, S-E-M-I-O-T-I-C-S, semiotics. It is the study of signs, symbols, and how meaning is produced, communicated, and interpreted in society. Semiotics analyzes how both verbal and non-verbal signs, images, gestures, objects function, focusing on the relationship between the signifier, that's the form, and the signified, the concept. Semiotics is widely used in media, in marketing, cultural analysis, all of this to understand hidden meanings. Semiosis is the process of creating meaning, which is continuous and often leads to an infinite chain of interpretations. That's infinite semiosis. And that's also something about language. It's continuous. It's not definitive that language cannot grow beyond this. It keeps evolving. And that's the same thing with signs. So you could create signs as well. You design logos, right? You want for somebody to do something for you. You want to have a brand for yourself and all that. That's under semiosis. Now, semiotics helps to break down how myths are constructed, where a cultural context makes a specific meaning feel natural rather than socially constructed, such as interpreting a white dress as a sign of purity in Western cultures. Tell me about our fashion designers and all of them now, you know, doing stuff like black and all that. Moving on, let's talk about the applications now of semiotics. It can be applied in marketing and advertising, analyzing logos, packaging, and slogans to understand consumer perception. There are just some stuff that you can't find in black, for instance. Although some persons came and did a particular food brand, a pasta brand, in black. Okay, so let's move away from there and talk about media and film. Interpreting cinematography, sound, and narratives to understand how they evoke emotions. Can also be applied in cultural studies. That's the third one. Analyzing social rituals, fashion, I mentioned that earlier, and everyday behavior as forms of communication. And here, number last here, like somebody will say number last, we have design. So it can be applied in design, creating intuitive user interfaces and physical environment. I saw someone, one of Nollywood actors, just recently, unveiling some of his artworks. And I'm like, oh, really? He does this? Amazing. Okay, so let's talk about the key uses of signs and symbols. First off, we have for safety and warnings. Signs and symbols provide immediate information about hazards such as electrical dangers, fire exits, or stop signs. Number two, navigation and direction. Signs, symbols, signals facilitate navigation in traffic. That's for persons driving, in public spaces, restroom, airports, and on maps. Map reading is a world on its own. I think I should get a geography teacher to help us in map reading. Let me write it. Okay, communication and information. Signs, signals, and symbols facilitate communication without words, conveying ideas and emotions rapidly. Remember back in the day when people read pictures? There's something called picture reading, okay? Picture reading is not just for children in the nursery. It's actually an age-long thing, okay? So let's talk about branding and identity. Companies use logos and trademarks to build brand recognition, while groups use symbols to represent cultural or social value. Let's talk about technical and academic application of signs, signals, and symbols. They are used in technical writing for flowcharts and in academic context to represent complex data. For instance, scientific symbols, mathematical symbols. Okay, there was an artist we had in Nigeria. One, I don't know what he's into right now or up to right now. He called himself Mode 9. And that inspiration came from calculator. I'll leave that. I told you learning is fun. Learning is fun. Oh my goodness. You know, anybody who's been having challenges with learning just about anything, let them start with the bookshelf. Moving on to instruction and identification. Symbols are used to indicate rules such as no smoking or no cell phones, and to identify uniforms or ranks. Now, if you go to courtrooms, you will find these ones, no cell phones. You go to filling station, for instance, you find a no smoking sign. I said that one has a cigarette with the smoke on it, and then it's crossed over, it's striked over. There's a strike over it to say this is not allowed here. So once you see any picture and then it's struck across, there's a slant over it in whatever direction, it means that thing is not allowed. You know what you find is with the, oh my goodness, so much energy. You just put the X, That's the energy. We just do it simply, and people are expected to be able to reason it out. Now, talking about reasoning, this is what we'll do. This very quick break, and we'll come back to talk about what I said I'm going to be leaving as my bottom pot as the number last. You will love it because it's something I'm going to be learning as well. Don't laugh too much at me, yo, because I cannot see you, but somebody's going to record you. This social media world, I will definitely get it to me, but don't worry, everybody will be fine. It's going to be fun at first. It's going to be awkward rather at first, but all through, before knowing, when we know, and as we get better in knowledge, it's all about fun. And let's just ignore the awkwardness. Let's take this very quick breather. I'll be back, and it's going to be about sign language, actually. So I let the cat out of the bag for more details after this. I got me my pen back. Thank you. So I told you I was going to write that down, and I just had to finish writing it. The one about map reading, because we definitely have to do map reading. Okay. I can actually read a map, but it's been a while. So I think I should get those who are constantly into that. Well, if you are just joining us, it's Western Spring Television, and we are bringing you The Bookshelf with your humble host, your teaching and learning advocate, Damilola Raphael. And today we have been talking about the past couple of minutes, signs, signals, and symbols. And of course, we talked about the differences, we talked about the uses, we talked about the key areas of application and all of that. And I said we would come back and talk about sign language. That's what we'll do now. This class is going to be practical, yeah, because I'm also just going to be learning. This is a course that I've actually advised I've encouraged a lot of people to go to school to study. A lot of them, quite a number of them, are graduates now, and they're so thankful for it. But guess what? I don't even know. Okay, I think I know to say hello. Okay, so sign language. Let's talk about sign language because it's still part of signs, signals, and symbols. Sign language is a visual manual language using hand shapes, gestures, and facial expressions to communicate, serving as the primary language for many in the deaf and the hard of hearing community. It is not universal, with 138 to 300 types worldwide, such as the American Sign Language, that's the ASL. Now, this is widely used in the US and often adopted in other regions, including Nigeria. So we're using the ASL, American Sign Language, as well as the British Sign Language, BSL, each with unique grammar. Just like you want to say short, and then you're saying knicker, British English, American English, right? Aha, you want to say flash, and then this other person is saying torch. So the same rule apply for the sign language. Let's talk about key aspects of the sign language. First, it is not universal. Even countries that share the same spoken language, like the US and the UK, use different sign languages. Key components. Communication relies on hand shapes, orientation, motion, and non-manual markers like facial expression. Okay, components of meaning. The meaning of a sign is often expressed by a V hand shape, twisting on a flat palm. I won't want to do too much because I don't want to get it twisted. Then let's talk about applications. It is used by the deaf community and for individuals with disabilities like autism, Down syndrome, and apraxia. It is also used to help babies communicate before speaking. Learning. Basic phrases include pointing at the wrist for time or using specific signs for questions. And guess what? A lot of us actually use the sign language without necessarily understand that that's what we're doing. When you gesticulate, part of what you're doing is actually you using sign language. Now, I don't know whether it's ASL you're using or it is BSL you're using. Sign language is what you're using. For instance, the OK sign, I think it works for them. I was somewhere, in fact, less than 24 hours ago, and I was told to come up. I was supposed to do stuff, but somebody was supposed to come up before me, and I was hearing, and I'm like, honestly, I found myself doing this, like, it's not time. I actually wanted to say this is the person that was supposed to go up next, but I couldn't bring the words out of my mouth, so I found myself doing this. That's sign language. Anyway, International Day of Sign Languages is commemorated on the 23rd of September every year. So commemorate it, not because people who use it are less than those of us who don't depend on it, okay, but because some way, somehow, we find ourselves in this. I mean, I try to put my hands down, not gesticulate, but see, I just can't hold it. So we have a video coming up. Can we have it right on the screen? And if you could help demarcate the screen, so I'm appearing on the one side of the screen and then the video on the one side, I would appreciate that. If not, let's just have the video language. Remember, today we have been looking at the signs, signals, and symbols. Very beautiful. Are you ready to learn? Okay, Goody, could you put the audio on it and then, so we put it together?
Of the day.
Okay.
School. Class.
Class.
Book.
Book.
Learn.
Learn.
Teach.
Teach.
Teacher.
Teacher. So that's
ASL.
who I am.
Lesson of the day. School. Class.
Oh, wow.
Book. Learn.
Learn.
Teach.
Teach.
Teacher.
Teacher. Okay, could we do it again?
ASL. Lesson of the day.
Okay.
School. Class.
Class.
Book. Learn. Teach.
Teach.
Teacher.
Teacher. Okay, I think we should go two more times. Come on, don't leave me to my means. I'm just learning this. Okay, one more time, and then we'll wrap it up.
ASL.
The next time I come, you're gonna see me doing it in full.
ASL. Lesson of the day.
Okay.
School.
School.
Class.
Class.
Book.
Book.
Learn.
Learn.
Teach.
Teach.
Teacher.
Teacher. Okay, so teacher says goodbye. Well done, good job. I told you you're gonna feel awkward at the beginning, but most importantly, what we should focus on while learning, whether we're just getting introduced to it, we're getting firm grip on it, or we are actually at the top of it, it is supposed to be all fun. So teacher says goodbye. My name is Damilola Raphael. Excited to have done this today and super looking forward to another installment where we'll be learning something and, you know, just getting better and better and better. My name is Damilola Raphael, your teaching and learning advocate, teacher. Okay, teacher.